Hi guys, today I thought I'd show you how to do a faux Simbircite. Now, I have attempted this so many times, and to be honest, I think I was overcomplicating things. So I finally tried it again the other day, and I think I'm as close to it as I'm ever going to get. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And you will need some black clay. You'll need some translucent clay. You'll need some gold clay, just a little bit, and a little bit of bronze and copper. You will also need some liquid clay and some gold mica powder and some silver leaf. So we'll start with the black, and I'm just going to cut a chunk of this off. About this big, and that's going to stay pure black. And then we're going to need some translucent as well. So I'm going to take half of a block for now, and we'll see how we get on. And what you need to do is, let me think, I don't think we need a whole section for this, so I'm just going to cut this into 3 equal-ish pieces, and we'll see with that. And all you need to do is take a good pinch of each of the metallic colours. So that's a fairly big pea, and I'm going to add a little bit more, so maybe 2 pea sizes. And then the same with the bronze. And the same with the copper. And I think I am going to add another chunk and just add a little less gold in this other piece. So this has got 2 pea sizes, 2 pea sizes, 2 pea sizes, and this one just 1 pea size. Now, I'm not going to blend these completely together because I want to get that fractured look that you see in Simbircite. So I'm just going to quickly do this for each piece. I'll show you the first piece and I'll do the rest off camera. So you're just going to take each of those pieces and just roughly roll it. You don't want a complete mix of the colours. Plus, we don't want to completely condition it. We want to keep it kind of crumbly, and it just gives a better fractured look. So this is all I'm going to do. Just roll it and fold it a few times. So you can see it's not fully mixed. It's kind of very roughly mixed. And then just form that into a sausage or a ball or whatever, because we're going to cut it up into chunks. So I'll just do this one here that you can see. So you can see it's kind of marbled looking almost. And that's all you need to do. You don't want to mix it any more than that. So I'll go and do these off camera. I'll go and condition the black as well, and I'll be back. So I've conditioned the black and just rolled it into a ball for now, and I've roughly mixed all the metallics. So I've got translucent mixed with gold. This has got less gold in than this one, and then the copper and the bronze. First I want to make this black into like a block. So we're going to kind of be stacking things to get the look we want. So I'm just going to make this into a block. but I don't want it to be perfectly square or anything. I want to kind of try and make it a little curved in places. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just a rough shape just to get us started. Kind of looks like a shoe. Okay, so it's just a rough shape to get us started, because I don't want it to be completely straight. And then we can add some more divots and things to it at a later stage. So I think that's good for now. Okay, so that's just the base of the block, and I'm just going to put that to one side. And now we just need to take each of the translucent and metallics and just roughly chop. And you can see, because I haven't fully blended it, it's going to give us a little bit of a fractured look. Now Simbircite, it hasn't got tiny chunks really. They're kind of more angular and larger pieces. So I'm not going to cut them too small. I think that's good for that one. Just do the same thing with the other one. Mix them together a little bit, and then the copper. And then the last one, oops, the bronze. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so they're just going to get all tumbled together. And then we need to add some of the gold mica. I'm just going to shake some over. Don't want too much, just a little bit. Just to give that little bit of a sparkle. And just give that a mix. I love these faux stone techniques, but they're so messy, and I don't wear gloves. I don't like wearing gloves. I can't feel what I'm doing. So excuse my fingers, but this is how I do it. I'm just going to give this another rough chop. Okay, I think that's good. And then now for the liquid clay, and this is going to get really messy now, guys. Just squirt that over there and then start to mix it together. And this is just going to help to stick the pieces all together. Try and stick it together now, form it into a block. Come on, I'm going to pick it up and do this, I think. Makes it a little easier. Just give it a good squish, but don't be too rough with it. just a gentle squish. I want to try and maintain those pieces, the shape of the pieces. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to wipe down. And then I'm just going to form it into a block so it's roughly the same size as the black piece. I can condense that, so I'm just going to leave that to one side for a second, let it sit for a little while we do the next bit. You need to try and get your hands as clean as possible for when you're handling the black, because try not to get any of that mica in the black if you can help it. Just give this a quick dry. Okay, so it's still a bit wet. I'm just going to condense this a bit so that block fits. That's good. But now you want to see, I've got gold on there. Oh well, I can wash it off later. Faux Simbircite has like a very fine silver line running through it, so this is why I'm adding the silver leaf. And I'm hoping it's going to show. Sometimes it's not so obvious, other times it shows better, but you could always use a very thin piece of silver clay if you wanted. I've done it that way before as well, but I've only got silver glitter right now, and I don't really want glitter in it, so I'm hoping this will work. And then what I'm going to do is just add a very, very fine layer of liquid clay over the top of this. That way the clay that I'm going to add on top is going to stick better. Just a very tiny bit. So that's that. I'm just going to add a few like little divots and things into this. Excuse my dirty paintbrush. Just add a few divots and then squash it back together. Just gives it more interest. Maybe just a little bit more in here. And I think I'm going to add some more silver leaf. Just hoping that that line of silver really shows when we cut into it. And it is just a very faint line, it's not a dramatic line of silver. And again, I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of this just so the clay will stick to that leaf. And then all we need to do is add this to the top of this and start to compress. Just a little bit longer. It's kind of fiddly, I guess, but now you just got to place your other piece on top, and this is where you can start shaping it a little bit. It doesn't have to be a perfect square. So just start to compress all sides. That's really all there is to it. You just got this very simple block. Now if you wanted, you could do another layer of black on top. You know, just do what you feel, guys. I mean, look at some pictures of Simbircite and you can see what it looks like. But I'm just going to keep it like this, and we can always splice and add. So I could cut here and then add a little bit of black on top, just to get the look I want. Okay, so once you've done that, then it's time to slice. And I'm going to take fairly thick pieces. And that's what it looks like. And the silver, there's a very, very thin line of silver running through that. So I'm just going to take this one piece and give it a roll. And as you roll, you can see that silver line more clearly now. I'm so happy that worked. Like I say, I've tried to do this so many times, and sometimes the leaf kind of got swallowed up in it, so I'm so glad I've finally worked out how to do it. So just give this a roll. And then I'm just going to bring over a piece of black clay that I've rolled out for the backing. And just place that on there. Give it another quick roll so it's stuck to the back. And I'm going to give this a quick wipe over with alcohol. Just clean it up a little bit so you can see better. Now these are going to be thoroughly sanded as well once they're baked, so a lot of that residue will be removed anyway. But I just want to clean the black as well because it's got a bit of gold on there. so you can see now. And as I've rolled, a little bit of the silver has run through into the black, but I kind of like that. It makes it look more natural. So I'm just going to give this a burnish. Any little bits that are a bit rough, just smooth them out. Okay, so I'm just going to make the one pendant. I'm not going to show you two, but like I normally do. So I'm just going to cut this out. Now you could do it whichever way you wanted. You could do it with the with it running this way, or you could do it with the black at the bottom, whichever way, but I kind of like it like this, with the black running at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to go there, I think. Whoops, and then just cut out your shape. And that's the piece. So you could have it this way, or you could have it more at a jaunty angle. I like jaunty angles, you know, so whichever way you want to do it, but that's the piece. So I'm going to go and put this in the oven, and then I'm going to sand it. Now, this needs a good sand if you want to get that nice shine. So I am going to go through all the grits, and I'm going to start at 400 and work my way up to 3000. So it's be 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1500, 2000, 3000, and then I'll give it a buff. So once I've done that, I'll be back. Hi guys, I'm back and I finished the pendants. Now, I changed my mind. I decided not to sand and buff after all. I decided to resin them, and the reason being is I thought about it, and Simbircite is actually very glossy, so I did actually go with resin after all that. So it's up to you. You can still sand and buff if you like, and I'll just quickly show you one that I'd made a few days ago, which I wasn't too happy with the outcome, but I did sand and buff it, so you can see this one, and it had a lot. I put way too much silver in it, as you can see, and I used glitter clay. It's still pretty, but it's not what I wanted. But like I say, this one is sanded and buffed, but in comparison, this is the one that I made today from the block that I did today, and this one I resined, and I think it looks so much better that way. So I did go with resin after all, but that's just for comparison, so your choice. And then I went on and made some little earrings to go with the pendant, which I think look really nice. And you can make out the silver line, but it's very, very faint, but I kind of like that. Whereas the one that I did the other day, it's very thick. I put way too much in. Like I say, I tried this technique a few times, and I'm happy with the ones that I've done now. And just to show you another pendant that I did in a different shape. So that's Faux Simbircite. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and I shall catch you later. Bye.